All right. So we are at opening a display. So there's the next few things we have to do in order to open this the rest of the way is we need to create we're going to call this default. Well, let me back up. So what we need is to create a window. And we're going to do that by calling create simple window. We're going to give it the display D, and then we're going to call this, we need a parent. Just look at the definition here. This is our function. It's going to return us a window, and it's asking for us to give it a display, which is our display pointer. It wants a parent. It needs an XY position and a width and a height. And then we're going to give it a border width and a border color and a background color. If you didn't know what those were, the border is right here. Specifies the border pixel value of the window. The background specifies the background pixel value of the window. So those are the colors. Okay, you can see they're unsigned longs, just numbers. So we need to give it the parent, which is going to be from this function called root window. We give it the display and some screen. The question is, well, what's the screen? You know what? I'm going to copy these. Let's copy this over here. Okay. We need to know what the screen is. We can get that. Screen S from a function called default screen or a macro, I'm not sure which, for the display D. Now we have the default screen. Let's just use 0, 0. We'll do it with a 100 by 100. We'll give it a border width of 1 pixel. And for the border, we're going to use a macro called black pixel. It just looks up what the value would be for a black pixel given a display and a screen. And we'll use the aptly named white pixel for a display and a screen. And that will create our simple window. Now at this point, all we've done is create the window. We're still not displaying it yet. In order to display it, we need to map the window. So we're going to say map the window on this display, window W. And then in order for it to actually expose the window before we exit the program, we need to get a pending event from the display D. Okay, and this is going to execute really fast, and so it'll open the window and close before we even see it. So to prevent that from happening, we'll just put in a wait that waits for a character as input, and then we will exit, just so that we know we're exiting. Let's go ahead and write out a message that we're exiting. Okay, so we open the display, we get the default screen for that display so that we can use it in these function calls. We create a simple window for this display with this parent in this location with these colors. Map shows it on the screen. We call the event handler xPending, which gives us the next event, or it actually returns a value, tells us if there's a pending event. And then we get character and we exit. I don't even know if this is needed. We'll try it without it in just a minute. All right, let's go ahead and build it and run it. And there's our window. It's about 100 pixels square. You can see, you can resize it if you want, bigger and smaller, but it starts at the size that you specify. It's kind of hard to see the border color with the background here. Let's see if we can, there it is. So you can see the border is black. The background is white. And that's it. Now we exited the window, but our program is still running, waiting for us to press a key because we have that get char in there. Press enter and it says exiting. Okay. So that's how you open a window. Let's try it real quick. Let's try it without xPending. I don't know if it'll work. Yeah, so that doesn't show it. So you have to call xPending. Okay. Go ahead and build that again. There it is. Close it. Enter key. Okay. Okay, so what's next? we need some keyboard input. So what we need to do is, what we're going to do is hook into the events and ask for X11 to forward us certain events, in particular keyboard events, so that we can respond to them. Okay? And in order for us to get more than one key event, we're going to end up having a loop that waits for events. All right, so after we map the window, what we want to do is create a loop. For now, it'll just go forever. And we're going to need to get events. Okay, so we'll have it get a keyboard event and we'll just display the value on the screen. So we need somewhere to store that event. You use an X event structure to do that. We say if there's a pending event, then get that event, get the next event from the display into that event structure. Okay? And we're going to just go ahead and print whatever that value is. We don't know what these values mean, but we're just going to print whatever type of event it is on the screen anytime that happens. Okay? And really, we should be closing the display at the end here, even though it doesn't really matter right now because we're exiting the program. Let's go ahead and do the right thing and call xClose display D. Okay? All right. There's our display. We don't see any events happening when we press the keyboard yet. Okay? There's a reason for that. As always. What we need is we need to tell X11 that we want it to send us the events. So we need to tell it X select input. D is the display, and for the window W, give us the keyboard event, which should be called keypress mask. Okay, so let's just add that. Okay, now we're getting an event 2. Every time I press a key, we're getting an event 2. No matter what key I press. And here, look, watch this. If I press shift, I also get an event. Left shift, right shift, control. Cool, right? All right. There's an error there. We'll address this later. Okay, so we're just printing out what type of event it is. It turns out this is a key press event. So what we want to do is we want to say if type is a key press, I think it's called key press. It is called key press. Let's go ahead and print that it's a key press event. And we'll print out whatever the value is, e.xkey.keycode. Okay. Okay, so now it's giving me different values for different keys. So when I press the A key, it's doing 38. If I push the Z key, it's giving me 52. If I push 1, I get 10. If I push enter, I get 36. Right shift is 62. Left shift is 50. Right control, left control. Okay, so these are all our numbers. At this point, what we can do is write down what the arrow keys are, okay? So up arrow is 111. Right arrow is 114. Down arrow is 116. Left arrow is 113. Okay? Let's go ahead and exit out of this. Let's just remember these. We did up, right, down, left. So this was up, right, down, and left. Okay. I don't need these rows here. So we'll go ahead and do key up 111, key right 114, key down and key left. Okay, let's square these up here. All right, now we can come down here. When we get a keypress event, we can do something about it. We can do a switch statement on our EX key code. Okay. We'll do a switch statement. We'll add our cases in here. If it's a key up, let's just say that. Key up, key right, key down, key left. You get the idea. If you have questions on switch statements, that'll be in another video. Okay. Up. Oh, I left my comments in there and I didn't comment them out. All right, let's get rid of these. 111, 114, 116, 113. Yep, that all looks the same. Okay. Up, down, left, right. Okay, we got it. Right, down, up, right, down, left. Good. And let's put a quit key in there too. So what do we want our quit key to be? Let's make it escape. So escape is 9. Oops. Close that. I like to make them square. Let's go ahead and add, oops. If it's an escape key, then we'll go ahead and do key escape. And we're not just going to print it. What we're going to do is put in a little Boolean to get us out of the program safely. So we'll say Boolean done. It starts out as false. We'll say while we're not done, keep doing this stuff. And then when we hit escape, we'll set done equal to true. Okay. Okay, up, down, right, left, and when we hit escape. Okay. So it didn't do what I expected. We still have that get char in there. We do. All right, let's get rid of that. Done equals true. Okay, there, escape key got us out. Okay. Let's run it one more time here. Yeah, up, right, down, left, and escape gets us out. Okay, the other one we want is the space bar. So let's just add one in here. Oh, we didn't find out what it was. Let's set it as 0 for now. We don't know what it is. We will just run it again. Oops. And figure out what it is. Space bar 65. Change this to 65. Oh, spacebar is longer than everything else, so we're gonna move it all over. Okay. And we're gonna need that as well. Okay. Let's line these all up. Okay, spacebar good, up, right, down, left, and escape gets us out. Okay? Good, there we are.